In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can completely transform your financial life in just 6 months by following a clear month-by-month plan. It's the same blueprint that's helped thousands of people go from paycheck to paycheck living to building real wealth. If you're new here, hi, I'm Nisha, a qualified accountant and a former investment banker. And on this channel, we talk about all things personal finance and self-development. Let's start. Month number 1. Have you ever heard of the ostrich effect? This is a psychological bias where people actively avoid information that makes them uncomfortable, especially when it comes to money. So if you think about it, have you ever delayed checking your bank account after a weekend of spending or ignored a credit card statement because you just didn't want to see the damage? That is the ostrich effect in action. Our brains convince us that if we don't look, the problem somehow doesn't exist. The irony is that avoidance actually makes things worse. Stress builds up in the background, small issues snowball into bigger ones, and before you know it, you feel completely out of control. But the moment you face your finances head on, something shifts. Clarity replaces anxiety. What if replaces what's next? So this month number 1, is all about ripping off that band-aid and taking full control. Step 1, calculate your core 4 numbers. These are the only 4 numbers you really need to focus on at this stage. The first is your net income. So that is the amount that comes into your bank account after tax, essentially your take-home pay. Secondly, your fundamental expenses. So your rent or mortgage, your bills, food, i.e. groceries, transportation, anything that is fundamental to your day-to-day living. Then your future you, any money that is already going towards savings and investments. Third thing you need to know. And finally, your fun spending, the spending that's left over for the little pleasures in life that make it that much more fun. This, when you start doing, is going to make you feel a bit uneasy. You might discover you're spending more on dining out than you realized, or that your subscription services are eating up a significant portion of your income. But at this step, knowledge is power. And you'll see in the rest of the video why what we're doing in month 1 is so foundational. To make this process easier, I recommend using an app or a spreadsheet, ideally one that does the calculations for you and is really easy to use, because the last thing you need when you're doing something that feels like a chore is using a tool that makes it even worse. You just won't do it. Less friction is key. If you want to use my intentional spending tracker, it's linked in the description and it comes with a step-by-step video on how to set it up as well. Moving on to month number 2. This month, your goal is simple. Save 1 month's worth of your fundamental expenses. So if your fundamental cost that you calculated throughout month 1 is $2,500, that's your target amount to save up. I know it sounds like a lot, but this one step alone moves you into the top percentile of people who actually take control of their money. A lot of people don't get to the stage, not because they can't cut back, but because their brain fights against it.